Hello there, Aries, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. We've got your December 2024 money and career reading coming out here for you guys. So we are, of course, heading into some holiday season. There's a lot of celebrations that go on around the planet at this time of year. Most notably, of course, we've got Christmas, we've got Hanukkah, and, for some nonpartisan people there, we've got Yule coming in here on the 21st of December. Yule traditionally is a time of harvest, right? Shortest day of the year, December 21st. We usher in Capricorn season on that day, but Yule is a celebration, and the reason it's a time of harvest is because, back in the days of yore, when we foraged for food and we kept things in the storage cellar and all that kind of stuff, we were conservative with food and things up until that midpoint of December, and then there's a light at the end of the tunnel because the days start to get a little bit longer, and so we have a feast. And so it can be really fun and really jovial kind of energy there. And so it is a time of celebration, whether you have any kind of spiritual or religious beliefs or not. So 21st of December is when we have Yule, shortest day of the year. And of course, we are ushering in Capricorn season with that. And Capricorn energy is very much tied to your goals. It's very down to earth, very practical, and it can certainly have to do with like your career path and things like that. So it can be a really big shift in focus. We have December 15th, notably here, that we've got a full moon in Gemini, okay, which can, of course, the full moon is the end of a cycle, a 6-month cycle. Look back to the new moon in Gemini from 6 months ago. What were you starting? What were you changing? And this is where something can come to fruition for you. You may also be getting clarity about something as well. Gemini, of course, is known as having a little bit of duality and is also very chatty, right? Ruled by Mercury, who goes direct on that same day. For the first half of December, we do have Mercury retrograde. Okay, so just be a little bit more cautious with communication. Make sure you double and triple and quadruple check your emails, your text messages, to make sure that your point is getting across in the most clear, concise way possible. You may have some technology snafus, and good thing, because maybe there's some things on sale for you. If some technology does go sideways, and it could have a potential upgrade for you, which might be a little bit long overdue. But Mercury going direct on that same day, in the sign of Sagittarius, can represent a little bit of luck. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so it can be a little bit of luck, but it also represents looking at the big picture, seeing things clearly, of course, and maybe setting off in a new direction somewhere or taking action, right? Sagittarius is a very inspiring energy, very motivated energy, and very fun and very exciting energy. So we've got that coming in there as well. New moon in Capricorn, December 30th, of course, always a good time to set intentions, especially in those life goals that you have or in business. It can be really positive for that. And December 24th, a day to write in your calendar. Okay, put it in your calendar right now. Jupiter is in Gemini, creating a square with Saturn in Pisces. There's tension in the air, okay? So just keep that particular day in mind. And of course, it happens on December 24th, right? And this is, I believe, the second of 3 of these squares that we're going to have. So we've already experienced this square once before a couple of months ago, and now we're going to have this thing here again. Okay, so it could be a recurring theme, a repeating argument, all right? But just be aware that there could be some tension in the air. So kind of focus on what you can do to alleviate some tension. It might be in your home or family. It could also be with something to do with money, of course, which is what we're here talking about today. And of course, your career. So just mark that down and see what you can do to keep things zen, right? Keep things as calm and peaceful as possible. May not be the best day to resolve issues. Put our issues aside, put our differences aside, enjoy the season, and come back and revisit it the next day or, within a few days from there. We've got To Be Fair coming out here for you guys first, and this is very similar to some Libran energy. To Be Fair is about balance, fairness, and equality. So this can be a month for you where you're looking at the balance in your life, your balance between work and home. You might be looking to balance your bank account, balance your household budget. Maybe if you share resources and money with another person, this can be where you kind of look and see if you're dividing up your financial responsibilities, in a way that works for both of you, right? So that one person isn't left flush with cash and the other person's not left, counting their pennies every paycheck, right? Those kind of things. This can be also where you come to some sort of agreement. You come to some sort of conclusion about something, right? And this is where, okay, we've looked at this thing. We've all put in our opinion or 2 cents, and now there's a balanced, fair, and equal decision that is being made. So nobody is getting more than they deserve. No one's getting less. So this can be some contract negotiations that you're going through. This can be something in your work. It can be a new job for some of you, right? So make sure that whatever contract you're signing, that, it's not one-sided and that you're getting out of it what it is that you deserve, right? And what you've worked hard for, or what is going to benefit you going down the road. And so this is a very decisive energy, but it is one that does represent the need to look at both sides of the story. So if you are trying to figure something out in your workplace, at home, right, especially to do with your money, make sure that you're seeing both sides of the story. We do have round and round coming in here as well. So yes, there could be a recurring theme that is going on for you in December. When we've got round and round, something keeps going around in circles, right? We're not resolving anything. We're not starting anything new. We're not cutting ties. We're not letting go. It's just this repeated cycle. So this can be something that's very specific for you. It can be something that is, coming up that you thought you had completed, something that you thought, well, okay, I thought we worked this out already. Why is this coming up again? So, especially with this being at the end of the year, the end of the calendar year, we've got New Year's coming up, right? And a lot of people get a little bit reflective. And a lot of people are looking to make positive changes in the new year ahead. So what is continuously, coming up again? What recurring themes are still coming up again? What recurring arguments are not being laid to rest? Now is the time to really have a look at those and see what you can stop, what you need to stop in its tracks. All right. And some of you could potentially be making the decision that it's time to walk away, especially if it's a job. Because we are in Capricorn season, right? So your career may really be highlighted for you at this time. It's like we keep going through the same thing over and over again. Nothing ever changes. The company keeps promising me this. And this is where you're like, okay, you know what? I got a decision to make. And maybe you don't make any physical moves necessarily in December, right? Weird time of year sometimes to be doing a career change. But you're making some decisions that will affect you in the new year, right? It's like, nope, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna keep doing this. We're gonna stop it in our tracks and move forward. So something is recurring there. We have Matrona here for you guys as absolutely beautiful energy. And this is the Yuletide Tarot or Yule Tarot. Anyway, it's a Christmassy, wintry theme kind of deck, but this is the Empress card. That's what we like to see. And we have the Justice card. How interesting, because the Justice card is Libran energy, the scales of justice, and very, very, very similar, almost identical to the To Be Fair energy here. Okay, so balance, fairness, equality, decisions, truth, honesty, contracts, legal documents, all these things very much highlighted for you. And with the Matrona energy, the Empress coming out, this can be something really profitable for you. And we've got the 10 of Gifts, really profitable for you. Okay, so this could be really wonderful, wonderful happenings, wonderful energies for you. We've got the 2 of Canes at the back of the deck. The 2 of Canes is the 2 of Swords. So with this energy, this can be where you are maybe turning a blind eye to something. There might be something here that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to address, you don't want to see. It's like, just don't. And so it can be an avoidance kind of thing. And sometimes we do avoid difficult issues, difficult conversations, especially when they come around money, right? Nothing creates more tension than disagreements about money, right? Make or break relationships sometimes. So there could be something that you're turning a blind eye to there. There could also be an energy of you need to make an important decision, right? And, the Justice card coming out with the to be fair can certainly represent that there's an important decision that you need to make that'll make your financial or your career situation better in the future. But sometimes we're a little confused. We might not have the information that we need. We might need to get some clarity. And this can be where, from the 15th of December onwards, once Mercury goes direct and after we've got that full moon in Gemini, this can be where you're maybe seeing things a little bit more clearly. So the first part of December may not necessarily be the best time to make any kind of life-changing decisions. Wait until Mercury goes retrograde. Wait until after we've got that full moon, and you may be able to, you may find that you can get the information you need a little bit faster. You may find that, you have like a little epiphany moment. Things become crystal clear, and maybe those decisions are a little bit easier to make, right? Got some floopy kind of energy when Mercury is in retrograde, right? And it's not that you can't make decisions in that time frame, because sometimes, life goes on. Sometimes we have to do things, even, if a planet is seemingly going backwards. But a retrograde, if you can, is about reflecting, refocusing, renewing, revisiting, revising, right? All of those things, all the rewords, right? When there's a retrograde there. So first we reflect and then we move forward and make a decision. So that could certainly make your situation a little bit better. But the Two of Swords can also show that maybe you are focusing on a balance in your life as well. We have to be very balanced to hold two swords in the air, in this case, two candy canes, right? We have to be very balanced, but it's, if, sometimes we're holding on a lot of responsibility and a lot of weight. So it's like, how do I get a little bit of weight off my shoulders? But the Empress is ruled by Venus energy, right? So this can be something new, right? The Empress can represent giving birth to something new, new ideas, new jobs, new money coming in. The Empress represents creativity, right? So you might need to get a little bit creative with your money, or perhaps a creative endeavor does pay off for you. But this is also about abundance flowing in your life as well. And I mean, we've got the 10 of Gifts here as well. 10 of Gifts is the 10 of Pentacles energy, abundance, prosperity, stability, and security in your home and your family. Some of you, maybe you're buying a house, big contractual obligation coming in there, right? Maybe you're expanding to a bigger house. Maybe you're buying your first home. Maybe you're moving to a different city or even a different country. But it looks like here in this energy, if you're doing any of that, that it's a really positive aspect. It's a really positive thing for you here. Some of you could be getting a career boost here, or you're kind of figuring out how to make that happen and very much trusting in your decision making here. And it's like, nope, I know what I need, I know what I want, and I'm going to go find it. And the energy here is incredibly supportive of expanding your career in some way. Maybe you get a promotion, maybe you're looking to move to a different company. So it can be a good time for you to get the ball rolling on a job. But it's more likely that if you've already got something in motion, then this is where a decision is being made sometime in December. If you do have a time frame where you do need to do anything before the 15th, get someone else's opinion, especially if there's a contract involved. Okay, no matter what kind of contract, just make sure that you get someone else's opinion as well, just to make sure that you're reading things properly and that there's nothing hidden in the fine print, right? And, most things that are hidden in the fine print, they're in the fine print for a reason. And, because that's what we tend to gloss over. You need a magnifying glass for that, and they're usually written in some legalese language that only a legal brain can figure out. So you may need to get some legal advice, okay? So, and it would probably be, even if you have to pay for a consult for an hour, just to have someone proofread your documents and point out anything of interest, it's probably money well spent for your future. But this can be some wonderful energy coming in, filled with possibilities, filled with growth. We've got the 10 of Candles here, and this is actually a blessing coming your way in this particular energy. And the 10 of Candles is the 10 of Wands energy, and typically this is filled with burdens and stress and, but we keep moving forward through times of struggle, right? It's where we feel like we've got the weight of the world on our shoulders. So when we have the 10 of Candles in your blessings position, this can be a big weight lifted off your shoulders. This can be a big sense of relief for you. So again, maybe you do rebalance your household finances, or maybe you do get a Christmas bonus or something at work, right? Or you get that new job that you've been working so hard for, because the 10 of Candles is an energy of working hard, of taking on a lot of responsibility. And when we do that in our career, sometimes it's to prove that we can handle the next stage of our career development. We can prove that we can handle that raise, that promotion up into a position with higher responsibility. It's like, put me in, coach, I'm ready. So this can certainly be that blessing. All of your hard work is paying off for you. But of course, yes, this can be, if you've been in a situation where you're constantly the person who is taking on all the responsibility, the person who picks up someone else's slack all the time, especially in your workplace. With this being in your blessings position here, something may be changing in that area where you do get a sense of relief, right? A stress relief, or getting rid of a burden. It may be that you make the decision, Justice card, okay? You make the decision to say no, to put up those boundaries, to say, you know what, I would love to help you, and I've helped you a lot in the past, but right now I really do need to focus on my work, so I'm not able to help you this time. And we do sometimes have those freeloaders in the workplace that, they kind of always are glomming on to someone else to try and get their stuff done, or they're asking the wrong person for information, and, they may be doing it by accident, or maybe not. Maybe it's just part of their personality. And, so sometimes we do need to put up those boundaries. So if you're putting up boundaries somewhere, whether it's your workplace or your spending habits, or if you share money with anyone, right, then it's a sigh of relief that's there for you guys. And like I said, of course, we can certainly be ready to take that next step in our career path with that. And this might be a good time for you to start putting the feelers out, right? But justice prevails with that Justice card. And, you do have two cards coming out here, both ruled by Venus. And so the planet Venus, work with the planet Venus, right? Venus brings in resources. It's the planet of love and money, essentially. The planet of this focusing on the things that make us feel good, the things that bring us beauty and pleasure and joy. So it can be a very joyous time for you, a very prosperous time for you, and a very fun time for you guys there as well. So some great energies that are there. So Venus is really helping you. So work with the planet Venus, right? Also the planet of self-love, self-care. Your advice from Spirit. Oh, we've got Krampus coming out for you guys. I'm actually not surprised to see him. So this is the Devil card. Okay, now is an advice card. So of course, at this time of year, it can be really tempting to go overboard with our money, with our finances, right? We sometimes overspend. We throw things on credit card, right? And that's where the Blue Monday in January comes in, when people's credit cards come in and they're like, oh my God, that's how much I spent, right? It's a little bit less so now these days, because of course we do get our statements and we can track our spending and stuff in real time most of the time. So it's not really that much of a surprise anymore if if you're looking at your on your online banking and things like that. But the Devil card can certainly represent our fears, our shadow side, some negativity, toxic people, all of that kind of stuff. Your advice from Spirit: don't go overboard at the company Christmas party if you've got one, right? The last thing you want to do is get completely bombed and sit on the boss's lap or something like that. That's not usually a really good career move. Resist the temptation to lash out at people here as well, especially 10 of Candles. If someone is like trying to overburden you, there is a more peaceful way, Justice card and the Empress, to deal with that situation. Okay, so just keep your wits about you with that. But this can certainly represent that you may be tempted by some things, or you may, have some things that are, maybe you need to deal with those uncomfortable people or toxic situations and that kind of thing. And so Spirit's reminding you here in this energy that you always have the ability to say no. You always have the ability to put up boundaries and keep things in a perspective, or look at things from a different perspective. Whenever we do get the Devil card out, boundaries and perspective are necessary, right? So take that step back. Rethink something. Is this the right move for me? Is this what I really want to say? I need to reread my email that's written in anger because someone annoyed me throughout the day. So these things that, think about, that old cartoon character with the little devil on the shoulder, right? What would the angel on the other shoulder say? And that is your advice from Spirit. Sorry, I jumped there a little bit. One of my cats behind me just jumped into a box and scared the crap out of me. So anyway, interesting that happened when we're talking about the Devil card. So, but yes, there could be some shadowy aspects here. There could be the temptation to overspend, overindulge, that kind of thing. So yeah, some really practical advice there from Spirit for you guys. All right. So I'm going to grab a couple more cards out here for you. We're going to grab a couple of angel number cards for you and see what is being highlighted for you guys. Oh, thank you. And we have number 9. I am compassionate. Okay, instead of lashing out, we're going to find a peaceful way, right? It's your compassion that makes you shine. You're devoted to helping the greater good and have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you are being of service. I am compassionate. So watch out for number 9. Also watch out for 3s and for 10s, because you've got 2 10s coming out there for you, and also 11s, right? So all the 1s are coming out for you here, right? We've got 1 1 1 1. So 11 11 is coming out for you guys. So it's a great day to follow your wishes, follow your goals, follow your dreams, because again, that energy is very supportive. But number 9 here, remember that there might be something here, Devil card, right, that you do need to take that kinder, compassionate approach to resolve something, or to make you put yourself in a better kind of headspace. Card number 15, interesting. Also watch for the 15s, 1 5 1 5. 15 51, the reversed, right, that kind of thing, because we do have the Devil card as your advice, and then which is card 15, and then we've got 15 here as well. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you into contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. I am wise. Tap into your inner wisdom, okay? You will know when to say yes, when to say no. You will know when there's a green light and when you need to put the brakes on something, right? Recognize when we need to say no. And so use your inner wisdom, okay? I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful December. If there was something in this reading for you, if you enjoyed it, please do take a moment and press the like button there. It lets me know you resonate with the reading, which is most important, but it also tells the YouTube algorithm the same thing. And then the more you interact with my video, the more that it will get seen. So I truly do appreciate that. Free for you, a flick of your finger. And if you do enjoy my content and want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button as well. If you hit the bell, then in theory you get notified also. Okay, that thing's been sketchy for about the last year or so, so you never know. But I hope you guys have a fantastic December, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.